introduction portion of salivary gland in the part 1 of our lecture, where we have discussed about the important point that is to be required in keeping your mind about the salivary gland tumors, like the most important tumors, the most malignant tumor, the most benign tumor, what is the annual global rate of this tumor, why these tumors are very rare in origin, why the hard palate or the soft palate, anything you are going to check in your different videos that the hard palate is the most common site. So why this hard palate is most common site for this tumor? Till now we have discussed all about it. We have also discussed about the etiology of the disease, like the Epstein-Barr virus, the occupation, the smoking, lifestyle, etc. are the causes of this tumor. So now we are going to discuss one of the most important part, and these all part you can keep in your mind. You can write in the examination in the topic histogenesis, and this will be common and applied to almost all the tumors. So let's come to discuss about the histogenesis of the salivary gland tumor. In the histogenesis of the salivary gland tumor, the cell of origin form the neoplasm rather than the developmental process. What it means? Means this tumor is formed as a whole with the cell of origin. It is not a developmental process through which the tumor arises. This tumor arises from some cells. Means शुरू से ये कहा जा रहा था कि ट्यूमर जो है किसी सेल से ओरिजिनेट हो रहा है, ना कि डेवलपमेंटल प्रोसेस है उसके थ्रू ओरिजिन हो रहा है. ये एक पर्टिकुलर सेल्स हैं जिनके थ्रू ये ट्यूमर का ओरिजिन हो रहा है. नाउ the formation of development of tissue from the undifferentiated cells of germ layer of embryo, मतलब ये जो फॉर्मेशन हो रहा है of this tumor is from the cells of germ layer of embryo, tissue from the undifferentiated cells of germ layer of embryo. Now there were many scientists who tried to give the different theory about the origin of this tumor, and these all are a part of etiology or histogenesis of this tumor. You will write it or you will read in different book about the histogenesis, like the theories of the neoplasm origin, कि how this tumor, कैसे ये tumor originate हुआ, how this tumor originated, and the first theory was the basal cell reserve theory. In this theory, it was told that the basal cell of both the excretory and the intercalated duct is responsible for the differentiation of functional unit. Means it कि the basal cell, the basal layer of the cell is responsible of both excretory and intercalated duct. You know there are two ducts, the excretory duct and the intercalated duct. The cells of these two ducts, excretory cells and the duct cells and the intercalated duct cells, basal layer is responsible for the formation of this tumor. In a layman term you can say कि जो सेल बेसल लेयर के होते हैं और इंटरकैलेटेड डक्ट के सेल्स होते हैं, वो एक्सक्रीटरी सेल्स लेयर्स, एक्सक्रीटरी डक्ट और बेसल इंटरकैलेटेड डक्ट के जो बेसल लेयर के जो सेल्स होते हैं उनसे ये ट्यूमर ओरिजिनेट करता है. The second theory was the pluripotent unicellular reserve cell theory. According to this theory, it was told by the Batsakis that the basal layer of basal cells of excretory duct is responsible for the development of all the remaining salivary gland tumor. Means नाम से ही क्लियर है कि pluripotent means a cell has a potential to form a tumor, and it was earlier told that the tumor is from origin of or cell, not a developmental process. So here according to Batsakis, he told that the basal cell of the excretory duct is responsible for the formation of this tumor. Now, the semi-pluripotent biocellular reserve cell theory. This is semi-pluripotent. This is not fully pluripotent. This cell layer is semi-pluripotent, and according to it, the outer basal layer gives rise to the inner luminal cells. मतलब क्या हुआ? According to this cell theory, that outer basal layer cells are giving rise to the inner cell layer and the tumors are originating from it. According to the Eversole, the Eversole was a scientist who redefined this theory and his colleague in the year 1971. ये year आप याद रखोगे 1971 because it was asked in the NEET 2002 that in which year the Eversole redefined the Batsakis invention or Batsakis study over the salivary gland tumor. The year was 1971. Now, according to Eversole, he gave there are two cells. The excretory duct, two cell type was present as the origin of salivary gland tumor. Means दो सेल ऐसे हैं जिनकी वजह से सैलिवरी ग्लैंड का फॉर्मेशन हो रहा है. These two cells are excretory duct and the intercalated duct cells. What every scientist was saying, the Eversole, what he did is make the collab of all the study done by different scientists and he gave and he redefined the Batsakis study and told that from the summary of this whole study that there are only two cell type from which the tumor has originated. According to the Eversole, the two cells was excretory duct cells and intercalated duct cells. Now, the Eversole did what? He told that from the excretory duct cell, some tumor originated, from the intercalated duct cell, some tumor originated, and there are also some tumor which originated from the both the cells. And this theory was called as the multicellular theory. So now come to the example from this tumor that originated from the excretory duct cells. The mucoepidermoid carcinoma. I have earlier told you that mucoepidermoid carcinoma is a malignant tumor of the salivary gland, right? So, the malignant tumor of the salivary gland, mucoepidermoid carcinoma, is of origin excretory duct cells. It can be asked in the Viva, it can be asked in the NEET PG examination. Now, the primary and secondary salivary gland tumors, they all can be, or the carcinomas can be from the excretory duct cells. Now, what you concluded from here is the carcinoma cells or the carcinomas of salivary gland are almost, I am not taking completely, remember my words, are almost originated from the excretory duct cells and the intercalated duct. Now, the intercalated duct from which some tumor cells originates, and they are the benign tumors like pleomorphic adenoma. I will be covering in the just next lecture about the pleomorphic adenoma, in which I will tell you how from the intercalated duct this whole tumor has originated. So here just remember the pleomorphic adenoma has originated from intercalated duct cells, and this can also be asked from you in Viva, 1 mark question, and from the NEET PG point of view. It was asked in the year 2014, I think, from the Hembati Nandan Bahuguna University examination that pleomorphic adenoma. It was just 1 mark question. What you need to write? Nothing you need to write. You need only 1 point to write that pleomorphic adenoma arise from the intercalated duct cells. They are the benign tumor and they have a very rare origin. The most common site is heart palate. बस इतना लिखना था. And but it was asked in 1 mark question. You can think how important it is. Then come to our topic, that is polymorphous low-grade adenocarcinoma. Yes, low-grade adenocarcinoma, polymorphous, are also originating from the intercalated duct cells. Then the acinic cell carcinoma. Acinic cell carcinoma, they also originate from the epidermoid carcinoma. Okay. Then we come to the basal cell carcinoma. Then basal cell adenoma or adenoid cystic carcinoma. This all has originated from the intercalated duct cells. Now I was talking to you about the multicellular theory. In the multicellular theory, it was told that there are some tumors in which both the cell, excretory duct cells and the intercalated duct cells think. What was this theory? This was the basal cell theory. Emerson just modified this theory and told these both cells are responsible for the origin of this tumor. Along with these both cells, there are some other cells like acinar cells, basal cells, ductal papillae cells. These all are combining at a place and they all are giving rise to a tumor near the salivary gland and they are called as salivary gland tumors. So this was all. And the myoepithelial cell, yes, we do not think that myoepithelial cell can be so dangerous. Yes, myoepithelial cells responsible for the wide histologic variation. This is a very important point, that it was asked in the year 2008 that the most histologic pattern variation seen in the salivary gland tumor is just because of a single cell. Can you name them? Yes, it's a myoepithelial cell from which these tumors have histologic variation. Then acinar cells are the cells which play a very minimum role in the formation of this tumor. Then come to the morphogenesis. What is morphogenesis? In the morphogenesis, it is a process of differentiation. It is a process of differentiation in the neoplasm and the resulting histopathogenesis, histopathological characteristics for the particular tumor. मतलब क्या हुआ? It is a process of differentiation of tumors, okay, from the histopathological pattern and in a particular characteristic pattern of the tumor. This was the evolution and developmental form how this tumor has originated. Now the salivary gland. In the salivary gland, you know the luminar, acinar cell, ductal cells are present. Aluminal cells are also present like the myoepithelial cells, what we have discussed right now. In the myoepithelial cell, you know they have the potential to give rise to a new origin of the cells. So this was all how these cells have originated. Some tumors of salivary gland originated from the serous cells. Some has originated from the myoepithelial cell. Most of them have originated from the myoepithelial cells. Then there can be ductoacinar concept was given. A ductoacinar concept was given according to the Nabel book for the oral pathology, that the pattern of tumor differentiation reflects the bilayered cell composed. Yes, where you will see the histopathological variation in the pleomorphic adenoma, Warthin's tumor, mesoepidermoid carcinoma, basal cell layer adenoma. In these all tumors, we see the histopathological variation. You will find that there is a bilayer of the cell. The lower is the basal cell layer, or the outer is the basal cell layer, the inner is the tall columnar cell layer, and they are composed of the myoepithelial cells. So this was the ductoacinar concept of the cells. Then it was told that the myoepithelial cells. I was telling you about the myoepithelial cell. These myoepithelial cells are nothing but a modified epithelial cells located between the luminal cell and the basement membrane. मतलब क्या हुआ? ये जो myoepithelial cells होते हैं, मैं एक छोटा सा डायग्राम बना रहा हूँ. ये हो गए हमारे basal cell layer, ओके, ये हो गए हमारे tall columnar cells, तो और यहाँ पे क्या होगा? बेसमेंट मेम्ब्रेन होगा, और ये हमारा luminal cells हो जाएगा. तो ये myoepithelial cells ही तो हुआ. Yes, I am telling the same thing, that there is a basement membrane, there is a luminal cell, that is tall columnar cell, and between these two cells a cell layer is found that is called a basal cell layer or the myoepithelial cell layer, which has high potential to give a histopathological variation and has a potential to seen in almost every tumor of the salivary gland. They can be stellate cells. They have a spindle shaped in the pattern. They are spindle in shape mostly, and P63 is the higher molecular weight cytokines that are found positive in this tumor. Next is the CT117, and c-KIT is negative in the normal salivary gland tumors. Okay, so this was all about the salivary gland tumors, their introduction, their etiology, their epidemiology, and histogenesis pattern along with the different theories of origin of this tumor and morphogenesis, ductal complex concept and the myoepithelial cell concept. So this was all about the introduction portion of the salivary gland, and there will be something common in almost every tumor and there will be some difference. So we will be going to discuss in the next lecture about the pleomorphic adenoma, the most important benign tumor of the salivary gland. Hope this video was helpful for you people and you have enjoyed our video session. Thank you. That's all for today. Keep studying your topic, keep reading books, and please follow. We follow only 2 books, that is Neville and the Cephers, and it is almost sufficient for us to make you understand and make our student understand what we want to make you. And it is almost more than sufficient if we read line by line from these 2 books. Don't go further from the different types of books available in the market. So this was all. Hope this video was helpful and please do like, share and subscribe to our channel. Keep supporting us. The link for the earliest lecture will be given in our description, and you can contact me also personally as well as in the group of the Question of Dentistry. The links of everything has been given in the description. Our email ID, our Telegram channel link, all are given there. So you can contact me. Any suggestion, any query, always welcome. For notes, join our Telegram channel, and how to get notes from different subject, it's always given in the description. Thank you. That's all. We will be going to start with the pleomorphic adenoma in the next lecture. Thank you. That's all.